your girl, Mrs. Hunter, and welcome to our YouTube channel where we're going to be sharing everything cruise ships. Okay, in today's video we're going to explain the process of cruise ship job application, so let's dive into it. So many people think that applying for a cruise ship job is just as easy as 1, 2, 3. Yes, I would say it's easy, but also it's a process that you need to follow. Okay, it's a process that you need to follow so that you don't just apply blindly. The first thing that you need to do before you apply, before you even do your CV, you need to research the position that you need to apply for. You need to research. You go and research whatever positions that they offer on board. You choose one position and you research about that position. You need to research about the working hours, the qualifications, the experience needed. You need to research about the salary, average salary. Obviously internet won't show you the exact salary, but you need to have an idea so that when you apply and you get hired, you won't go on board blindly and then you start complaining that the job is too much, it's too difficult and stuff like that. No, you need to research before you do your CV. Okay, after you research, you are sure and you feel it in your body, your soul, your mind that this is the position that I need, and I think I have the correct skills and I have the good experience for it. This is the position that I want. You made up your mind already. Okay, I always tell people to actually choose 2 or 3 departments that they are skilled in, that they're experienced in, and then after you are so sure, okay, this is the department that I want, I'm really going to go for these departments, then you move on to the next stage, which is creating your CV or creating your resume. Okay, creating a CV. So now when we talk about creating a CV, it's not just like pasting the information over there, putting everything, making 4 or 5 pages. No, that's not it. Okay, you need to take your time creating your CV. There are applications that you can use to make your CV, which are Canva, Intelligent CV. There's a lot of applications, I believe, that you can use to create a CV, or you can find someone to do a CV for you. But after you find someone to do a CV for you, you need to go and study your CV so that when you go on an interview, you will not stumble, because a lot of people make that mistake. They don't research the position, they just go and get someone to do their CV, they submit the CV, they got hired, and come interview, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't even know what is on their CV. So that's another thing that you need to research. Okay, that's another thing that you need to do. You need to read your CV, study your CV, and get familiar with your CV. Okay, so when we are still on this CV making, right? We're still on this CV making. You don't just go and cramp everything on there. No, you just need to put specific experiences and specific skills. If you are applying for retail sales associate, you should know that the qualifications, the experience that you're putting, the skills that you're putting are all customer service experiences, are all customer service related. You're not gonna put anything to do with you being a technical, you being a plumber and stuff like that. Well, it is customer service, but I'm just saying you need to make sure that it aligns with the retail sales associate position, because that's a customer service environment. You deal with customers all the time. Okay, you do your CV, it shouldn't go past 3 pages. 3 pages is too much. 2, 3 maximum. Okay, you just put the required information for the position that you're applying for. If you've got 3 different positions that you chose, you can actually do 3 different types of CVs and you are done. After you are satisfied with your CV, you're like, okay, fine, I'm satisfied with the CV. Now you can move on to the application process. So for application process, you can actually really apply through the website straight, the company website, or you can use agencies. Okay, through the website, you just go and type in a cruise line name. For example, you can go and type Carnival. It will show you a place where you can go and view out carriers. Royal Caribbean, MSC, Princess, Holland, Seabourn. There's a lot of cruise lines. Okay, you go and search for the position that you want. If it's available on one of those cruise lines, then you go ahead, you submit your CV. Okay, if you find an email over there, good, you go and submit. If you find a link straight that requires you to fill some details, you go and you submit your CV. Okay, you can submit your CV to as many companies as you can. You are not limited, okay? You can submit as many CVs to as many companies as you can, and those CVs can actually be different positions. It doesn't matter. The only thing that you need to the only thing that you need to avoid is you applying for 5 different positions to the same cruise lines. No, that's not gonna work. You cannot apply for 5 different positions to the same cruise lines with 5 different CVs. You cannot. You can apply for 2 positions to the same cruise lines. Yes, I do actually encourage you to do that, but 2 is okay, 3 is the maximum, okay? Don't go and over apply to the same cruise line with a lot of CVs. You confuse them, and they'll not end up not getting hired. So it's best to just apply to as many cruise lines as you can with different CVs. That works as well, okay? So after you apply, okay, you go and apply in the websites. You apply. You have to be very much patient, because remember, this is not a job where you apply today and then tomorrow you're hired. No, you apply today, you get a reply maybe after a month, and then you get another reply after maybe like 2 months. You need to be very, very patient, because you're not the only person that is applying. There is a lot of people that are actually applying for that position, okay? There's a lot of people that are applying for that position, so you need to be very patient. Apply, keep on applying every day. Apply to different cruise lines, and just be patient. One of the cruise lines will reach out to you. They will definitely reach out to you, okay? If you choose to apply with agencies, it's much also easier, because agencies, that's their job. They actually deal with that, so you might get a reply earlier than you might get when you apply through the website. But once you see an agent that is asking you to pay for something, you must know that is a scam, okay? No cruise line agencies, no cruise lines will ask you to pay for anything, nothing at all. The only time that you have to pay for something is when you're going to do your passport, maybe your visa, your medicals, which you will get reimbursed in some of the cruise lines, but they'll never ask you to pay for application fee. Applying for a job is just free, so you can go and apply to those agencies. There's a lot of agencies. We'll make another video, and then we line up a lot of agencies that you can use to actually go and apply, okay? After you apply with an agency, you get a reply, whether it's every reply is positive, okay? Whether you're gonna get a reply that is a rejection, or you're gonna get a reply for an interview, then you're good. You know that your CV is good. If you get a rejection email, then your CV is good. It's just a matter of the skills that they are looking for. It's a matter of the experience that you have. Maybe it's not what they are looking for, but you know that, okay, your CV is good because it was selected, they went through it, and you just didn't match their skills or whatever they are looking for, right? So you know that your CV is good. Once you get an interview, of course, your CV is good, your experience matches, it's fine. But if you apply, if you don't get a reply from one of the companies, that means that your CV is the problem, the layout of your CV. Because remember, some of those CVs, when you apply, some of them, they go straight through the computer, and the computer have to like screening, some kind of a screening, and then they keeps the CVs that have potential and those that do not have potential, or they just like gone, like they are not ATS friendly, they are not like the right format, or the colors on the CV. The colors on the CV matters as well. We'll do another video explaining that, but the colors on your CV matter as well. They do matter as well. So yes, so those are the 3 different types of rejections that you can get. Either you don't get an email at all, that means your CV is bad. You get an email saying that, okay, they are not going to proceed with you after careful consideration, blah 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 blah, which means your CV is good, but the experience and the skills that they are looking for are not really up to par. And then you get an interview, right? After you get an interview, that's exactly where you need to step up your game, okay? You need to get out of your comfort zone, okay? After you get an interview, make sure you go through your CV again. You know exactly, I'm not emphasizing this enough, okay? You go and look exactly what's on your CV. You go through your CV, so that when they ask you questions during an interview, they'll be looking exactly at your CV, and you'll be able to answer not exactly what's on there, but you have like something that is going through that direction, so that they'll know, okay, this person is competent, this person this is the best match. Okay, when you go for an interview, people, please, a lot of people fail interviews. Okay, applying and stuff like that is not a problem. A lot of people fail interview because what? Number one, body language is number one thing that, you know, the recruiter will be just like, nah, that's not the person. Your body language says a lot about you as an individual. Okay, so you are having an interview, sitting down. Okay, you need to be looking straight in the phone. You don't need to be distracted or whatever. Look straight. Okay, more like having a contact with the recruiter. Okay, look straight, whether it's a laptop, a phone, whatsoever. Look straight. Have like a eye contact with the recruiter. Okay, whatever you are answering, do it with a smile. Don't over smile like you're faking, like no, do it with a smile. Like, have that energy, that inviting energy, where a recruiter will end up want to having a conversation with you other than having an interview with you. Yes, if you're a person with a good personality, these recruiters, they will end up having a conversation with you, asking you about your life and stuff like that, other than having an interview, and you are hired. But if you're an uptight person who's just answering questions like yes, no, yes, no, it's not gonna work like that. It's not gonna work like that. No, you need to answer, and you need to answer the question that the recruiter is asking you, because a lot of people tend to answer wrong questions at the end of the day. Like, they tend to answer wrong questions at the end of the day, but answer exactly what the recruiter is asking you. Okay, after you pass your interview, that's when you're going to start the onboarding process. And they'll take you through the step. But the most crucial part is the first thing is you to research what you're applying for. Research how it is working on board, because a lot of people go on and work on board, and then they start complaining, yeah, nah, I don't like it, nah, it's too much, because you did not research. If you research, if you know exactly life on board, you will not complain. You will not have any complaints. Okay, so yeah guys, that is the process of applying for cruise ship jobs. This is the first video that I'm gonna do today. I'm not gonna say any much. I just summarize the process. You can go ahead and follow this step by step and see if you not succeed in getting your cruise ship jobs. Okay, anyway guys, let's subscribe to the channel. Let's follow on TikTok. It's Mrs. Hunter. Let's subscribe, like, comment, share, ask questions. I'm gonna do another video again next Thursday, explaining more other topics. We're gonna be here for a long time. And to all my subscribers that are here, I love and wish you guys all the best. I love you guys. Thank you.